I've been trying to record this video for some time now, and today's truth. Oh, child. I gotta laugh to keep on crying because, yo, I found out some shit about my history. I told y'all a couple of weeks ago that I had to have some deep conversations, and in light of said deep conversations, some revealing things have been shared. My daddy was a whole scammer out here in these streets, out here in these DC streets, all internationally scamming folks out. All that's why it's taking me so long to do this, because it's not that my daddy was a scammer that is triggering me. What's triggering the shadow work that I have been doing is that my mother also was homeless with me out here in these streets, living pillar to post. And all this time, it's not that I thought she sat in judgment of me, but it's like she had this air about her whenever I spoke about my homelessness, and that's why I stayed away for so long. But in regeneration and the light of love and mending fences, I have to do the work. And so I have now let my mother back in, and in that has now shared some stories with her. And I had to ask a deep question and have this deep conversation with her. And in that, I had a panic attack. Is what happened. And I had nobody to call. It's not that I couldn't call my girlfriend. It's not that I couldn't talk myself off the well, at that point I couldn't talk myself off the ledge. I couldn't call anybody because I felt like I had been dumping enough on who I had been leaning on thus far. And so I called my mom, and I had a 45-minute panic attack, and asked and shared, and she sat and she listened. And after that attack, she came over to where I was to give me some more comforting words. And in her comforting words, she shared her story of how she came here to America and how she ended up pregnant with me and how she became homeless with me and how she lived pillar to post with me on her hip for quite some time until she finally told my father to get his whole fucking life and get the fuck, because he was out here scamming these folks, which is why we were homeless to begin with. I made a conscious decision that I wanted to break generational curses that I knew what I saw was going on. And I saw some repeated patterns that my mom used to do that I started doing, and I didn't like them. And so that's where my anxiety kicked up to the next level. That's where the panic attacks came from. That's where the depression deepened, simply because I was doing some shadow work that I literally, clearly was not prepared for. Though I am breaking them, I'm like 10 years off from her. The running joke we have in the family when I was younger, because I am the only American child in a family, a very large Jamaican family, it was, don't be like your mom. My mom had her first child when she was 13, and the next one when she was 14, and another one when she was 15. She had three kids by the time she was 16. And, back in those days, I mean, you marry the man that you having these kids with. And so she was a young bride, and life hit her hard. And, the man did what he did, and she was no longer with him. And she worked her way from the bottom, so to speak, all the way to the head of uh what did she say? Uh Here they would call it public relations and special events. She was the woman that ran the hotel on the island. So to the point where she had a maid and a nanny, and my daddy took her away from her maid and her nanny and her life to be a whole fucking scammer and homeless out here in the streets with her. I digress, because this isn't about my daddy being a scammer. This is about me breaking generational curses. So my mom went through her homelessness during her 30s. I'm going through my homelessness during my 40s. Like, what the fuck? It really makes you sit back and think. And I literally, I wept. My mom left me that day. She rode off, and as I sat down, tears fell from my eyes because I just couldn't believe the story that I had just heard. Like, my daddy was a whole fucking scammer out here. And because of his scamming ass ways, my mama was homeless. And not only was my mama homeless, a foreigner barely got her green card with a 6-month-old baby, living at the y'all know which hotel I'm talking about, on New York Avenue, next to that across the street from that stupid ass KFC, Wendy's, Popeye, whatever it's mixed with in the pig pit. I I have pictures in my baby book. I can vividly remember right now. And I know exactly where those pictures were taken. Now I know where those pictures were taken, now that I know where the story came. I'm so fucking disgusted. Breaking, don't. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not. I want to cry for so many other different things, but this is the one that hurts the most. And it's like, every time I think about it, I was at work today and I thought about it, and a tear shed, because I just was like, what? My dad was a whole fucking scammer and had my mama homeless out here in these streets. Not that my children's father have me out here homeless in the streets, but he wasn't a scammer to everybody. He just scammed me. But that's a story for another day. And if y'all comment down below, and a couple of months when y'all perusing this, somebody remind me that if y'all don't see the story time about how my baby daddy scammed me, and just the generational curses that just, oh my fucking god. Like, why is this? My grandmama was, not that my granddaddy was a scammer, but he had a silversmith tongue. Oh, he had a gift of gab. He can sell water to a motherfucking waterman. Fuck. My grandfather had a separate family that no one knew about until he died. My daddy was out here scamming motherfuckers left and right, internationally scamming motherfuckers. And though my nigga, my beloved baby daddy, never not that I know of, he ain't scammed no folks that I know of, that not while he knew me, at least. Big damn sure scammed me. Scammed me right out of 3 kids he did, that he takes very good care of, I might add. So that part of the curse is not the same. But fuck. I ain't want this to be a long one. For real, I didn't, but it's just so bad. There's so many things that I want to say, but I know in them spreading through my lips is gonna make me cry. And so I'm not crying today. I'm just not. I'm just gonna laugh at this fucking pain because fucking shadow work is a bitch. And just when I thought I had, I'm doing good. I'm gonna get over this hump. Here go another fucking, it be 5 more fucking humps. God damn. Ah, to thine own self be true, my ass. As above, so below. I jokingly and realistically say to people who know me, I have a key that is buried for the bitch that's locked in the basement. You don't want me to find the key to unlock the bitch. I mean, because the key, I can find it. It's time to find the key, basically. After having that conversation with my mother, I'm going to have to find the key. I know where I put it. Fuck. I'm going to have to get the key, go to the fucking basement door and unlock the bitch and have a conversation because we got more work to do, bitch. And I'm going to need you to go with me because I can't do this by myself. Shadow work is no fucking joke. Breaking generational curses is no fucking joke. Living in your truth is not to be played with. My mother told me the other day, she was like, she had said she went to bed with dishes still in the sink, and I was like, were you feeling okay? Were you feeling faint? Were you sick in the stomach? She was like, no, I just didn't feel like doing it. Excuse me, say what? And anybody who know my mom know. My mom don't leave no dishes in no goddamn sink, but she was like, if I don't feel like doing it, I don't. She has reached a level of I don't give a fuckness that I want to be on. And so shadow work commences. It may not be your truth, but fucking my daddy was a scammer. But it's mine.